Hey everybody, today I'll be taking a look at the Spirits of Niagara. It's an expansion for Niagara. So, if you haven't watched the review of the base game, I'll put up a link right now, you can check it out. What does this add? This is the box. First of all, you get these double canoes. As you can see, they have two spots. How do they work? Basically, just the same. You will remove one of the normal canoes, so it's not like you play with three canoes, but instead of these two, you play with these two. And what this one does, he can carry 2 diamonds. All the rules stay the same, but it's really neat. Like you can pick up 1 diamond, and then when going upriver, you can steal a second. That's allowed. And so when you get that across, you get 2 diamonds. I love this addition. It really speeds up the game. It adds some fun strategy. You can pick up a gem and steal another one like I just did. So it's really fun having these double canoes. So you get that. There's also a 6 player black. So you get a single and a double canoe for black. You get this, which you can glue a stick on the board when you find a spot. For example, here it's just like this. Like the normal players, there were 5 spots, now you can add a 6th. And you get the black tiles and the black canoes, so black is a new player, a 6th one. And every player gets 3 new paddle tiles. So every player will add this to the 7 he had. And what is in it? A 7, which is great because you will often fall as the game progresses. At the end of a round, it's very hard to stay up and not lose your canoe. A 7 makes it easier, makes the game faster. Less canoes will fall. It still happens sometimes, so there's still that fun aspect of it, but it's a less punishing game, a bit easier. You get a 1/2/3 tile, which is just, you can choose either move 1, 2 or 3, and only 1 boat. So even if you have 2 boats in the water, normally you have to move both. Now you can only move 1, and you can choose 1, 2 or 3. And there's a lasso, which is just basically, if you play a lasso, all your boats will move aside, and then next round the river flows, and after the river has flowed, they just go back. So it's just 1 spot. You can use it if you're in trouble and you think the river will flow a lot this turn because everybody will play high, you think, or the weather is bad. Now, just like in the base game, the weather tile doesn't count in calculating how much the river flows. The 1, 2, 3 and the lasso also apply this rule. So when if this was the case, if these were the tiles placed, for example, then the river would flow 2. This one doesn't count. And if somebody played a lasso or a weather tile, it doesn't count in calculating how much the river flows. So you get the 6 player, the double canoes, the 3 new tiles for every player. And there's also the Whirlpool. The Whirlpool Tile is just a sticker you will attach to one of your already in the game plastic discs. You will attach the sticker. It will start, if I remember correctly, over here at the purple spot. And what it does, it's very simple. When you're going downstream and you land on it, it will move you one further. You can't stay on it. And when going up, it also pushes you back. You can never stay on it, and it's always downstream. So it makes the game again a bit harder. The 7 makes it easier to get up. This one makes it a bit harder, but it adds some choices, some tactics. It's fun, and it always, once it has fallen off, the tile immediately is the first one to come back. So it's almost always there, and it adds something, some tension to the game. You get the Whirlpool. You get the hurried elk, which is also a great addition. When you get here at this spot or this spot for the pink gems, which is a very tough spot to reach. And to stay, you can get the hurried elk if you want, but you always will because it's great. So when you get here and you take this pink gem, you can take the hurried elk. You can, as you can see, you can put your boat in between him, and he will give you +2 as long as you have him in paddle points. So when you play a 4, you actually get 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And once you have passed it, you lose him and he goes back here for the first next player to get the gem. You can't steal him, so as long as he's yours and another player gets here, he can't take the elk because he's already swimming over here. But once you fall from the waterfall or you go, you bring your gems home, he goes back here and the next player can use him. So this is great because these pink gems were really tough, maybe a bit too tough to get, but with the hurried elk they become a lot easier. So again, something that makes the game easier, but the Whirlpool makes it harder. There's the Beaver, which doesn't really add anything because it's he's very nice, he's from wood and he looks cute, but he doesn't do that much. It's just when the weather goes to +2, you put him out on the first tile on the top, and once he falls from the waterfall, the weather will go back to 0. So that's just a reset to make sure once the weather is at +2, it doesn't stay at +2, it calms back down. But almost never will the weather reach +2, it's very rare to happen, and when it happens, normally a player will change it back before the Beaver falls off, but you know, it's an addition, but it's really not that important. And I think that's everything. So I think this is a must-have. The game Niagara was a 7 for me. It was a good family game, but nothing that special, not that exciting, a bit tough, a bit long, especially a bit long. This makes it great. The double canoes really speed it up, which is what the game needed. The double canoes are fantastic. The 3 new tiles, I like them, especially the 7. The hurried elk is great. He also looks cute, and it's a fun idea that a hurried elk will help you, but he's great for getting these pink gems, which were really hard. 6 player is fun because this is actually a game that plays well with 6 because there's very little downtime. The thinking phase happens simultaneously, and once you reveal, it goes pretty fast. There's a lot more chaos obviously with 7, but it's fun. So the Beaver doesn't add anything, like I said. The tiles, the lasso isn't that great, and the 1, 2, 3 is okay. But that's it. But I think it's a must-have just for these double canoes, which really speed everything up, and the hurried elk. And the other tiles are also fun. And the Whirlpool adds a fun tactical element to the game. So yeah, I think I've said everything. I think it wasn't a good game, a 7. Now it's an 8 for me, because just the way it plays quicker makes it a better game, more fun, a bit more tactical. It's a great family game now. It's very beautiful. It already was, but it's a lot of fun, and it plays very good with 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5 and 6. So that's something also pretty hard to find. So that was my overview of the expansion Niagara Spirits. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.